Effective communication operates on different frequencies, much like tuning a radio. Fridays are for book club, and y'all, we got a brand new book. Book just came out. It's not even on Audible yet. So it is called The Seven Frequencies of Communication by Erwin Raphael McManus. This book right here will help your communication skills improve, and we could all use that. I'm going to give you the takeaways from the intro to chapter 2. So the introduction, core concept. So he introduces the idea that effective communication operates on different frequencies, much like tuning a radio. Each frequency has a unique energy power that can either draw people in closer or push them away. Purpose. This book helps readers to identify and master these frequencies so they can communicate with greater clarity, empathy, and impact. He emphasizes that mastering communication can lead to deeper relationships and personal growth. So challenge. One of the obstacles of effective communication is that people often operate on one primary frequency, which may not align with those around them. Misalignment can lead to misunderstandings and disconnected relationships. And we see that all too often. So the vision for mastery. He encourages readers to think of these frequencies as tools for unlocking meaningful connection, with each frequency serving as a different way to relate to others and convey ideas and express oneself. So in chapter 1, understanding communication frequencies. Frequencies are frequencies as pathways. So he describes frequencies as pathways to connection. Each frequency represents a way of approaching and engaging in communication that influences how messages are received and perceived. So personal and universal frequencies. He explains that while each person might have a preferred natural frequency, effective communicators learn to adapt and use all frequencies depending on the context and the audience. This adaptability is key to building connections with people who may tune in to different frequencies. Okay, self-awareness. A major focus is on self-awareness and emotional intelligence. He suggests that by understanding your own tendencies and communication style, we can start to recognize when and how to shift those frequencies to frequencies to connect better with others. Okay, so the impact of miscommunication. So McManus also notes that when we fail to communicate on the right frequency, we may come across as disconnected, insincere, or even combative. Learning the various frequencies helps to prevent this and create intentional, authentic communication. So chapter 2, frequency 1. So the frequency of connection. So define the definition of connection. This first frequency is described as the foundation of all communication. It involves being fully present with another person, engaging in active listening, and making others feel valued. Okay, building trust. He emphasizes that the connection requires an environment of trust. This is built by showing empathy and listening without judgment and demonstrating genuine interest in the other person. Connection is about fostering a sense of safety where people feel comfortable opening up. Okay, techniques for connection: active listening. Okay, engage in listening that is undistracted and affirming. This means focusing completely on the speaker, acknowledging what they say, and responding thoughtfully. Nonverbal cues. Body language, eye contact, and facial expressions are crucial in this frequency. McManus suggests that these cues communicate warmth and openness. Empathy and understanding. Connection requires understanding the emotions and perspective of others. It's not just about hearing the words, but grasping the feelings behind the words. Challenges to connection. So McManus highlights that technology and fast-paced life often interfere with our abilities to connect to the frequency. Multitasking, constant distraction, and superficial interactions can undermine the depth of connection. Okay, so here are the benefits of mastering the connection. Operating on the frequency of connection builds trust, deepens relationships, and encourages open and honest communication. People who feel truly connected to others are more likely to collaborate effectively, resolve conflicts smoothly, and offer support. So here are the takeaways for application. Awareness and adaptability. Recognizing which frequency you operate on and becoming aware of others. Frequency is the first step. With this understanding, you can adapt to others' needs and improve mutual understanding. Step 2, start with connection. Since connection is foundational, beginning with this frequency sets a positive tone. Mastering the connection frequency fosters a space where others feel safe to engage more deeply on other frequencies. Practice presence. Being fully present and attentive during the conversation is essential. McManus suggests that meaningful connection can only occur when we prioritize the person in front of us, avoiding the urge to divide our attention. These early chapters lay a foundation establishing the idea that communication is multidimensional skill by learning to identify and use the different frequencies. McManus argues that we can connect with others more authentically and more meaningfully. So there is also in the book there is a website where you can take a quiz and see what your frequency is. And what I like about it is it gives you detailed information. Like, so my frequency is the healer frequency, and it gives me in-depth information on what my communication frequency is. And so as a healer, it transmits acceptance and extends wholeness. Okay, so one of my my primary frequency is healer. So the theme for a healer: counselor, therapist, developer. Followers: people listen because you see them and you help them see their wounds. Point of view: people need me to understand them and help them understand themselves. Drive: I must create a safe space for people to heal. Marker: do others look to you for empathy and compassion? Dynamic: I'm relating. The high need this frequency meets. Okay, so the high need this frequency meets in others' wholeness. It's just so amazing, because this is me. It's like, how did you know? Okay, I answered the questions. There you go. The basic need this frequency meets in others: acceptance. So my basic need is acceptance, right? So one of the icons that also have this frequency is Oprah Winfrey. My color is oak moss. I gotta see what that color is. Culture and created, nurturing and therapeutic, right? So that is my frequency. And every person has one dominant frequency. This is referred to as your primary core frequency. The primary frequency is your most natural frequency. This frequency is your default. Your core frequency will be the frequency you speak with those closest to you. And often your core frequency is the frequency that most resonate with you when used by others. Your core frequency determines which additional frequencies may come easy to you and which frequencies may be harder to assess. So it gives me a detailed workbook of the frequency of the healer. That's my core frequency. And it gives me a breakdown on how I communicate and how to communicate effectively with others. And the other 7 frequencies are motivator, challenger, commander, healer, professor, seer, and maven. So those are the seven frequencies of communication. So this book right here, I can't wait to get more in it, so I can learn more about my frequency and other frequencies, and I can enhance those other frequencies as well. So Fridays are for book club. This book is already amazing, and I love all the tools that it gives you to help you be the best that you can be. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. Today's Friday. Or whatever day you watch this. Happy November 1st. Happy Friday.